제가 유튜브 하면서 까먹는 게 있는데 저는 친구들이랑 계속 얘기를 하거든요. 아트든 만디든. 이제 여러분들이 저한테 만태식이는 언제 나옵니까? 안내 보여주세요 미키님. 아트는 어디 간 거죠? 이런 거 자꾸 물어보실 때 제가 좀 착각하는 게 저는 소식을 알고 있어서 자꾸 까먹는 것 같아요. 여러분은 궁금하실 거라는 걸 제가 궁금하지 않으니까 까먹게 되는데 여러분은 당연히 궁금하시겠죠. 만태식이는 지금 10월 6일까지 여행 갔고요. 혼자서. 안내는 독일에 있고요. 아트는 지금 사실 여기 있어요. 바트 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
바트 지난주에 뭐 했어요?
프로그램 촬영했어요.
You sound so much sweeter.
네덜란드 가서 뭐 할 거예요?
아직 계획이 안 만들었어요. 근데 제 생각에는 아마 가족이랑 재밌게 놀 거예요.
와 진짜 잘한다. I've never put any stresses on you about language ability. Actually.
Never. Actually, I'm really thankful for that. Okay, so like the thought that I just talked about, I was thinking about. I think it's just natural that people want to fit into a group. They want to fit in somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's like a group of outcasts, at least there's a group of outcasts, right? But today I was just thinking, I was okay, like, well, then where do I fit into Korea? Like, what's the group? Okay, I can say 외국인, sure, because we're all foreigners here, right? But in a way that's not satisfying for some reason. Like, I want to find a Korean group that I can fit into. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I want to be part of the culture, I want to be part of the people, I want to be part of the, I don't know. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, like I want to be part of that. Not just like a fucking 외국인 that lives here. Like I want to be part of something. It doesn't have to be spectacular. It doesn't have to be like company worker that makes a shit ton of money or something like that. You know what I mean?
You have a Korean family, your wife's family. If you're part of that, then you're already part of the group. Isn't that enough?
Well, now you're making me sound like I'm fucking.
No, but I just.
I'm just kidding.
I say this because I have the same feeling too, many times. But that will never give you peace, because it's always like that. If you go to the Netherlands now, like among other white people, you will still feel like an outcast because you're not Dutch. Maybe you can make one Dutch friend like me, but it's hard for you to find other friends. It's just not easy.
As I told you, I really often get to think that there's so much love around you, but it feels like it's one.
I think many people.
One way. Yeah, I feel the same way too. And I know that might not be the kind of thing that you actually want, but also I don't know what you actually want.
Maybe it's because I don't know what I want. I mean, I'm definitely very thankful for any support that I have ever received. But I've always still felt like there's still something missing about living in Korea as a foreigner. Like something's missing. I don't know what it is. It still feels like no matter how much I learn or know or do, I will never be as one with Korea. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Right?
that makes sense. But that's just the way it is, right? So it's better to just accept that fact.
I have a hard time accepting.
You feel
that.
similar way?
Yeah, I do in a way. But I have an amazing wife. Her family is really nice. I have nice friends. So yeah, I mean, what else do I need? I don't particularly like everything in Korea, but that's just the way it is. They do things different here. And I am here, I'm the visitor, so I have to accept that.
It's like because if you go to, I don't know, if you live in America, at some point you will become American. It just happens, like you do. It doesn't matter where you're from, skin color, way you think. It don't matter. At some point you just become American. I guess my question is that possible to happen in Korea?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And I think that's the part that makes me a little bit upset, or hard to accept. But yeah, I mean, that's it. That was just something I was thinking about today.
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah.
By the way, say whatever you want to say. I want to hear what a Korean thinks,
You're curious about my honest opinion? I think that you want to be American in Korea. Like when you say you're curious about whether you can be Korean, isn't it the American being that you're looking for in
I
Korea?
used to have that. I
The
don't-
American kind of comfort in yourself that you're looking for in Korea. Like you're trying to find whether you can find that American level of comfortness in Korean. Because I think you're already very Korean in a way that's unique. You cannot be like me, of course. Like you don't look like me. You should take plastic surgeries or something to achieve this level.
Okay, so let's say I've accepted all the cultural norms. Trying to accept. Let's say one day I will learn the language fluently, right? Let's say I have job, I pay taxes, right? You know, I do everything a Korean person does,
Uh-huh.
and if I do it for many years, I still won't be a Korean person.
But do you want to be a Korean person?
I think it's part of just wanting to be part of the overall community, or be with the people, essentially. If I do everything a Korean person does, I still don't want to feel like an outsider, like a 외국인. Even if I do if you say 외국인, you can be a tourist or you can live here and do everything. Let's say like Daniel, we all know Daniel, right? Like I'm just using him as an example.
That
Daniel,
German guy?
German guy.
Oh, yeah.
He super fluent Korean. He's living here for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Went to school here, pays taxes, works here. He won't be Korean. Even if he thinks like a Korean 100%, he still won't be considered as one of like the Korean people. Maybe I mean I still don't know. I'm just thinking about this.
Did you see that movie? 8 Years in Tibet. Brad Pitt was on it. It's a movie where Brad Pitt goes to Tibet and he accidentally stays in 8 years. Actually, he was banned from China after that movie. Permanently expelled from China.
I
He's
have
not
to
able
see
to
it now.
enter.
Yellowhead. Yellowhead.
The role he can take is telling stories of outside, right? But I think he's pretty much Tibet people doing his job or doing his part. I get to think that this is very Korean. I don't know what to say.
I don't know.
But you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. But do Koreans really want foreigners to be like Korean? I can bring you
The society, just like our relationship. How would I ever talk to you or like interested in you if you're just like me?
Yeah.
Why would I care about you?
Maybe it's just
You're
a hard
pretty
pill
ugly in
to-
the first place.
I'm handsome. I'm beautiful. My mom tells me I'm beautiful, but it's just still hard to accept, right? I think that's the point.
Let's do the Michael Jackson thing. You can take a surgery and become Korean.
Oh, 맞아. Let's do it.
맞아.
You pay for it. Find sponsorship, please.
Say bye.
Then what did you do?
I wasn't recording. Do the same thing again. Happy Chuseok.
Yeah, happy Chuseok, Mickey.
Happy Chuseok. Go fuck yourself.
Happy Chuseok.
Wait, not.
Oh no, sorry, no, I cannot say that. Bye, Mickey. See you next time.
Yeah.
See you next year.
Yeah. Bye. Bye. 네, 안녕하세요. 제가 그림을 모으고 있잖아요, 요즘에. 그림도 그리고 있고, 오늘 드디어 이제 제가 그린 그림에 대한 영상을 만들기 위해서 그거에 필요한 영상을 찍으러 왔어요. 여기는 철길이에요. 철길. 여기서 방금 촬영을 끝냈는데요. 생각보다 훨씬 오래 걸려가지고 되게 힘들었지만, 보시다시피 여기 너무 예뻐가지고 되게 좋은 시간을 보냈어요. 네, 이제 지금 제 일을 끝냈으니까 잠깐 아트를 보러 갈까 생각하고 있어요. 아트가 제가 많이 보고 싶나 봐요. 봐달라고 자꾸 보채네요.